Hi guys, it has really been a while. Today I'm going to share with you the best card. We are going to talk about the best card in the new boosters, Storm of God, and then since the booster is really coming soon, and then it has been a while that I actually look back into the information of the Shadowverse as well. I realized that there are a lot of interesting cards, and then today I'm going to translate and share with you the top 8 best cards in Game Weave and in Game AI. So actually the top list of them is actually quite different, but they all give out reasons why they are so good and then why they have choose all these cards. And now let's get into the Game Weave first. So the first card of Game Weave that pick up as a S rank new card is the Gawain. So it's a 4 cost 3/4 followers, and when it attacks, you can actually choose a commander in your hand and then let it -1 cost. So if you enhance and you have 6 costs, you come into play, you have a +1/+1 and you have rush. So how good it is? It is very similar to Marlin. Their comparison is very similar to Marlin because you cut costs and it works very well in the mid-range Royal. And also if you are going second, which usually is very bad in Royal Mirror, but now you can actually become very good because you can actually just play this and then you evolve, you attack. So the next turn you can actually, if it survive, you can actually attack again. Or if let's say he just dies, of course opponent is going to kill him, so you can just play Otohime in turn 5. The reason why going first in mid-range Royal Mirror is good because whoever plays the first Otohime is going to have the benefit for Siege Commander. So now it actually turns the table around, which going second might not be that bad anymore. So the second card that Game Weave pick up is the Witch Golem. So it's a 6 cost 6/6 and then cannot be chosen by ability when it comes to play. So you just throw away all the amulet, all the witch runes, and then everyone you discard or everyone you destroy, you get +2/+2. So the thing is, although you cannot choose, but given that if you have followers that cannot be targeted by ability, and then is so big in turn 6, which is really threatening. Especially this is a killer card against Dimension Witch. They have almost no way to deal with you at all unless they can kill you. So if your opponent don't really have anything like Ward to actually stop this, it is going to be a very fast block. If you are able to just discard or destroy 2 of your amulets and runes, it will become a 10/10, which is 2 turn clock. You can actually just kill opponent very fast. So I do think this is a very good add up for the Golem version of rune instead of the normal rune version like the tempo, like the dimension. But this actually just strengthen up the deck by a lot. I'm really looking forward to see the deck and how it will works. So the next card coming up is from Dragon. 5 cost 4/5 followers. So funfair when it comes into play. This turn, if this is your 5th turn or below or more, you +1 PP, and then if you are already in overflow, at the end turn you discard, you'll recover 3 defense on your leaders. So what? From the last booster, we already know that Side Game is trying really hard to strengthen Dragon Clan, and we do see all the jokes around, and everyone is just like teasing around like how useless is Rowan or whatever, and then all the cosplayer actually carrying his black and white photos and those. But this is really good. What Rowan really need? The first thing, PP boost, of course, you get it, and then the second thing is life gain. And then the most important thing is a follower that doesn't lose the card size and doing all the things that he needs at the same time. So I do think this card is insane. And then what they are talking about is also you can actually get your PP boost without losing board advantage, which board advantage is really important in Shadowverse if you realize that. Yeah, so the next card we'll be talking about is the Welfare Guru from Vampire. So it's a 4-cost 4/4 followers. Funfair when it comes into play, you draw 2 cards. Then after that, if you are not in Vengeance, you just deal your leader damage until you have 10 defense. So if you think about it, to be really honest, 4-cost 4/4, of course you lose. It is already oversized by a lot if you think about it, and you draw 2 cards for almost free if you have Vengeance. But if you don't have Vengeance, you just deal damage until you have Vengeance. So this can be really ridiculous. So what you do is you can just play a lot of followers that deal damage to yourself in early game, and then the aggro vampire is just going to be so insane in my opinion. And also this is make sure you 100% have Vengeance, and it is a cost 4 card instead of the Adoberu, which is cost 8 card. This card can actually be used together with Bloody Mary. So this is really a very strong followers, and this is going to be really insane. So the next card also from Vampire. So it's a 8-cost 5/5 followers. When it comes to play, and then you can put 1 more copy of it into play. If you are in Vengeance, you just basically put it and then to fill in your whole board. So the reason this is one of a very important card for Control Vampire in my opinion is because Control Vampire usually don't really have good draw spells. So given that this is actually dealing yourself a lot of damage if you are playing Control, so this is actually way more better way for you to actually just refill your board at once, to just, especially in Mirror. So you just have so many trades at once, and then your opponent just have to deal with them with like very specific cards. But of course, there are 2 things that you have to think about. Is you don't have boost, so it only comes into play in turn 8. So as long as Dimension Shift is still in the meta, I don't really think this card will see a lot of play. But as long as the meta is not so fast, or rather say the Control Vampire already get his own take, and then all the aggro, all the to be honest, I do think aggro will face a lot of problems actually. So all the aggro will dies off, and then this might become one of the killer cards for Control Vampire because it's really hard to deal with. And then it just basically force every deck to have the board wipe to actually just to interact with this. Anyway, let's just lower down the volume. So the next, and then okay, one of the another things that they are talking about is Baphomet. Yeah, this is the Baphomet. So when you come into play, you can search Vampire followers that have attack 5 and above from your deck into hand. So enhance 5, if you actually play on 5 cost, then that card minus 3 cost. So what will happen is when you're playing in turn 10, and then you can just search this, there's a chance that you can just search this Millstone Dragon Shepherd, and then you become 5 cost and you can straight come into play. But I do think this is a bit not that easy, but it's still workable. It depends on how you actually tweak your deck though, but I still think this is very good, because there is a chance that your deck, this might be the only card that have 5 attack and above in your deck, because like Vamp Queen, Alucard, and those are only 4 attacks. Yeah, so that is also one of the reasons why they actually highly value this card. So another card that so the next one from Bishop, this is a really ridiculous card, and I really think this card is going to face a lot of problems, especially in terms of the just like the Neftis I'm sure this card will face a lot of bugs. But anyway, from Bishop, 9 cost 8/8. Followers. When this all the damage that due to these followers become 0, and then these followers is cannot be affected by other cards' effect unless it's toward attack or defense. One thing that I'm not really sure about the FAQ is that yeah, there's one thing I want to ask, and I'm not really sure about the FAQ. Is they actually in terms of game weave here in the website, it cannot work together with Guardian Sun because it was not affected by any effects, including yours. So the only way you can actually stop this is by Kaguya's the moon, or maybe you can have some way to actually make this make this attack lower down his attack, or you can just prepare some ward, or rather just to defeat your opponent leaders. Yeah, that might be the only way. But in my opinion, as long as Dimension Shift is there, I don't really think this card is going to shine if it doesn't work with Guardian Sun. But if it works with Guardian Sun, basically it is just the game over when the combo is out. So I really think it is very unbalanced, and I don't really like the idea. But everything have to still wait until the real version comes out, and we will see how it works end of the day. So the next card is from Neutral. So it's the Wind. It's another Wind God actually. It's close to another Wind God. Okay, it's a very very strong state. 3 cost 2/3 ward. This does remind me one of the strongest legend in the game for some reason, because they have the same state. Of course, the Ancient Elf have much stronger second ability, but to be honest, just by having 3 cost 2/3 ward itself, really just gives so huge huge threat toward all the aggro deck, especially when you go first. You play this, basically your opponent turn 3 is going to do almost nothing other than removal. So yeah, other than playing creature or playing removal, so they are forced to do something to interact with this. So the second ability is Enhanced Stand, Funfair. So when you come into play, opponent leader and opponent followers will take 1 damage 4 times, up to 4 times. No, it's 4 times. So it will deal 1 damage for 4 times. This is a very tricky way of saying, because there's a Bishop. There's a card that prevent 1 damage from your opponent's followers or abilities or something in your opponent's turn. So that might actually works, but I don't really think the 4 damage is really that good in endgame. But just the 3 cost 2/3 ward itself, I do think this card is really amazing. But your deal damage to opponent leader is something that we want to actually take note, is because now there are not much spell that can deal 4 damage to opponents leaders just by 1 card. So this is the reason why I think they actually picked this card up as the top 8 card in the new upcoming boosters. Yep. So yeah, the last card that actually is the card that I showed you just now is the Baphomet. So you just basically get a random 5 attack and above vampire followers to hand, enhance 5 minus 3 cost. So you can have it's just like a goblin. It can just be another goblin mage if someone actually find a way to do it. But what you want to search is not a problem. It's like you can search a lot of cards, of course. Alubelu, Sexy Vampire, Vampire Temptress. Of course, the followers just now is the Maelstrom, Shepherd. There are a lot of ways for you to do so, but and out which is the most efficient one we get to know. Really looking forward to it. And this is also, I think, the only silver card that was in the list here. Yeah. So this is the top 8 card from Game Weave. So next we'll be moving toward game AI, because they doesn't really make it as a list like what Game With do. So I have to actually just cut and copy them, and then by pen. Sorry, because I'm not because I don't really use Photoshop and those, and my computer don't have those software as well. So I hope it is not that hard for you to see the effects. So in Game AI, in terms of Game AI, they actually picked up a very interesting card. It's the Bitter Warrior, which is 3 to cast 2/3. Funfair, if you play 2 or more cards in this turn, +1/+1, and again Storm. And then of course when you see the effect, you know this is from Forestcraft. Yeah, so because if you realize that just now in Game With list, there isn't any Forestcraft card, if I'm not wrong. So I really think this is going to be really amazing, although it's just a bronze card, and this is the only bronze card in the top list. And from what Game AI introduced this card is, if you can meet the criteria and you evolve this, it is a 5/6 Storm followers. It almost is another Levy Saber. is another Levy Saber Elbel, and then it's really amazing. We really look forward for it to actually replace the Arwin's bird or something, that the 3-cost spell. I think that is not really that useful. Yeah. So in terms of almost every current Forestcraft deck can actually use this, because they don't really have other 3-costs other than they don't really have any other 3-costs other than Ancient Elf. So I think this will be a really good pickup there. And then also this can actually just be your 4th copy of the Rhinoceros, when you really just need that small reach in the end of the game. So the next card, of course, the same thing, Gawain. Is this the same as the Game With? So I'm not going to talk much about this, since what they are talking about is actually the same thing, because everyone was looking at the same way. It's the Otohime come and play in turn 5, and those, it's just like another Merlin that you must kill when your opponent just played. But you have a better state because it's 3/4 instead of 4/3. So yeah, it's just slightly harder to kill. Yeah. So the next card that Game AI actually give 5-star is Captain Lisha. And then the ability is Funfair. When it comes to play, your followers, soldier followers, officer followers, sorry. Yeah, it should be officer, right? Officer followers, followers spell amulet's ability due to 0 and cannot be destroyed by abilities. This effect, when this follower leave the battlefield, it will lose the effects. So it's a stronger version of Riza. Of course, as I said, 3-cost 2/3 is a very good state as always. Yeah, it's a very similar to the Elf Riza, Elf Girl Riza, but Elza. I don't really remember English name. Sorry about it. But there's one thing is, when this card was removed from play, so it will just lose the effect. So this is the different part from Riza, but you can actually just combine these together with Gawain, which is really going to be very annoying, because it's because it cannot be destroyed, and then it's just going to be really amazing. So really looking forward to see how it actually works with Gawain in the actual situation, because I think the ruling itself seems to be very strong. in my opinion, but they might still have something like Bane and like the Themis or whatever. There's still a lot of way to actually deal with it, but just depends on how the meta look like. But just for the in terms of card power level, I think this is a very good one. So the next card that we'll be talking about is from Dragon. The same card that we were talking about, the Water Dragon Shrine Maiden. Yeah, I'm not really sure about its official English name though. What they say is Dragon have been always waiting for followers that can have PP boost without evolving. And when you evolve, and if you have the overflow, which means that when you boost the PP, but if you have overflow, means that the PP is not really that relevant anymore. It actually give you an extra ability, which is the gain life, which is what you need against like the aggro opponent. And then also it can just give you a very good boost turn, because even if let's say you don't have any boost in early game, when you play this you get boost, then next turn you can just play the Skylu, which is the 7 cost legend from last booster. When it's coming to play, you can play another neutral followers. Yeah, it's a 7 cost 4/4 neutral legends if I'm not wrong. And then you can just play you can just play her in the play, and then Lucifer, if you can get like Lucifer or Satan or whatever, you might have some extra effects. Yeah, this is what people were talking about. So you have to really you have to really be careful, because it's the ability only happen on your 5th turn. So if you actually use PP boost and you play it, it might not boost if it is not your 5th turn, and if it's not after your 5th turn. Yeah, so these very tricky cards as well. So we have to really be careful. So the next card, the next card we'll be talking about is Ouroboros. Funfair, opponent leader or followers deal 3 damage. Last word, opponent leader recover 3 damage, and you add a Ouroboros back into the hand. If you are a Hearthstone player, yeah, I think just remind me the Anubarak or something. Yeah, it's just almost unkillable dude that is really, really annoying. However, the defense is a bit too slow. The defense, I think, is a bit too low in my opinion. Anyway, let's see what Game AI says about this card. You have a very strong attack power, and also this actually become a very huge pressure for your opponent. And your Funfair deals damage as well. And then your last word is recover, but when you play, you already take the 3 damage. So it can also be the breach when your opponent is very low in life total. So when you destroy, when this card is destroyed and back to your hand, you basically just always have a 8 cost 8/4 threat in play at least for almost every of your turn. So it is very useful against control deck, which I think a lot of control deck will be upcoming due to the new boosters, because there are a lot of good cards against aggro deck around. So there's one thing is 10 cost. If you have 10 cost, you can actually play another card, which is Zelu, and then the Funfair effect itself will be a combo that deal 11 damage. So I will, because I didn't see this card just now, so let's just go and check. Let's just go and check. Sorry about this. I tried myself. I tried my best to prepare, but yeah, it's just not enough. This is dragon, right? Everyone have been talking about like dragon is have been so useless for so many boosters, and finally it's going to do something. And then oh yeah, this one. Evolve when evolve. Okay, okay. When this guy evolve, you give a followers a storm. Yeah, they're talking about this one. So it is a 11 damage combo in a turn, which is really amazing. Even yeah, it is even stronger than the Levy's saber. But anyway, yeah, I think this is not really as good as what I think it would be. But this card can actually just play together with. Oh, this card can be played with. You can play with Bahamut if you actually lower down its cost. With the Cavalier, and then you can just attack your opponent for 13. Yeah, so there are a lot of ways. This is a very interesting card, but I have no idea why it's not picked up in the list. Anyway, yeah, so this is all about Ouroboros. The next card is the Hector. So when you play this, you feel you Okay, so you just repeat this process until your field is full. Necromance 3, put 1 zombie, and then after that, all your other followers plus 2 attack and gain rush. Okay, how strong is this? The first thing, you have to have really a lot of shadows to actually make it really good. But it is almost Otohime almost by itself. If you can make it, it is even stronger because your follow is just going to be so big. All of them are become 4-2 and Storm. So you can just use this as like almost a board wipe, and also you can just use this as a counter to Otohime herself, and then this is a card that almost by himself is the Otohime plus Sage Commander. So this card might actually change the Necromancer a lot and make this clan much stronger against Royal than I mean mid-range and control Royal than last time. Yeah. But however, it's not really very good again. Not very good in the deck like Neftis and those, in my opinion, because of the 7 cost and also because you don't have last word. But I do think like something like Control Control Shadow or Mid-range Shadow, this card might still be strong and good. So the next card, yeah, is the same from our 4/4 Legends. The draw card. So it used to be a demerit for making your life total 10. However, because it makes you become vengeance, so there's a lot of card that you can utilize the ability for becoming the life 10, and then also working together with Bloody Mary is going to be something really everyone will be looking forward into. It can work with both aggro vampire and also control vampire as a hand draw, and also have a bot and also as a bot presence. So this is really the hope for vampire now in the upcoming boosters, and really looking forward to see this in different kind of vampire decks. So this is what I give the command. I think both of them actually talk about almost the same thing, other than yeah, this actually just state that even control vampire can actually play this as a card draw, because it provides you a board presence that is rather big. As a 4-cost 4/4, you evolve, you just become a 6/6. So you can almost just conform your trade with your opponent 5-cost followers. Yeah, so this is really a very good. This is a really very good card. The next one we'll be talking about is Blood Wound. Okay. Yeah, if you are a Magic player, I think this sounds very familiar to you. But however, the effect is totally different. Countdown 4. Funfair, which is enter battlefield effects. If your leader have 11 or more life total, you'll still become vengeance. You can just keep the vengeance. So, although it's an amulet, right? But and although it costs 3, and then it doesn't really provide for present at all. But it depends on how well you can actually abuse the ability of being vengeance. So it is a very hard. It is a very hard to justify card, but I think when Game AI actually put them in, and you have to know that Ikura and those and Yukio is really good in vampire decks. When they put it in the top 8 list with 5-star, you know this is going to be something. Although it might looks like something that you will want to just dismantle it, but I do suggest you to keep it for a while and see how it goes. I do really think this might be something if they can actually come up with a deck that can fully utilize it. Okay, so the last card is only a 4-star, but I do pick up because I see something really fun when they are in their the description in the border card. So the effect is the same. So is a 2/3 ward, and then when you have 10 enhanced 10 come into play, deal 4 damage to all the leaders, opponent leaders and followers. But one thing that game where I actually pick up is there's an amulet in Dragon. So every time you do damage, you do twice the damage, or you +1 the damage. I can't really remember, but it actually says that if you have the amulet in play, and you enhance it at 10 cost, it actually just become 8 damage to all your opponent followers and also opponent leaders. So that is going to be something really funny and amazing. Yeah, so I think because I've been very busy in work, so I didn't really go into the new booster a lot. But now that I've been translating at the same time reading all the cards effect, I really think this is going to be a very interesting boosters. The old cards still maintain their value there, and then the new card actually changed the meta a lot, and I do think it will change the meta a lot. But to be honest, for all the aggro lovers or all the aggro players, since there are a lot of 2/3 followers coming out, the advantage for being able to play a lot of followers in early turns have been less and less important, I do think, because and also due to the draw. So I do think the upcoming booster will be mid-range deck, and then control deck will start to pick up a bit because a lot of mid-range is around, and then only finally the aggro deck will balance out. So if you have any opinions or if you want to ask anything, feel free to just leave a comment and like, subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Yeah, so really thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys around soon.